We're celebrating Reading eBook Week in March by showing you some of the wonderful ebook resources that the library offers. Today I'm going to be talking about our newest resource, Hoopla. Hoopla Digital has not only ebooks but audiobooks, music, TV shows, movies, and comics that you can check out with your library card. I want to show you how to get to Hoopla from our webpage. Alternately, you can just go to hoopladigital.com. But if you're on HMCPL.org, if you go down to digital downloads, you'll see here some of the other things we offer, like Overdrive. Click on Hoopla. It asks to use your location. You'll get that window sometimes. You'll see that I'm already logged in. I've got my login saved. But to get started with Hoopla, it's really easy. If you already have a library card with us and you know your PIN, you'll be able to go straight to Hoopla Digital and get started. If you don't have your PIN, you can contact us and we will be happy to set that for you. When you're in Hoopla and getting signed up, the other thing you'll need is a valid email address, and they will also ask you to create a password for the Hoopla account. So going in, those are the things you'll need. I'm already logged in, as I said. So here we've got some customized things that Hoopla has done, based on my borrowing and browsing history. I can see directly from the front page what I already have borrowed. I can get 5 titles per calendar month. So I've already borrowed a few titles already. I have one more that I can borrow. At the first of each month, it rolls over and you get back to 5. And that 5 can be any combination of movies, music, TV shows, books, whatever. I have a variety checked out here. So first, you can see my borrowing history and what I have. I can clear my history. I can look through and see what I've gotten before. These are all things you can see here. It says what's been returned already. Everything returns automatically. There's no fines. Also with Hoopla, there are no holds. What you see is what you get. If it's available, if it's showing up, it's available to you. You don't have to wait. Let's go back to my Hoopla. These are the titles that I currently have. You can see this returns in 21 days. Anything that's music returns in 7 days. That's a little bit shorter of a period. You can also see by the little icons what type of title I have. The headphones mean audiobook. The music notes mean music. I've got a music album. The little speech bubble is a comic. I also see recommendations. I see my favorites page. If I have hit my limit of checkouts but I want to remember something for later, I can go to my favorites, and when the next month comes, I can check it out. So up here is a list of all the kind of newest things. Hoopla is always adding new titles, just depending on their agreements with different publishers. They've got just things coming in every day, which is really fun. This is a mix of comics, crime and mystery. Every other month, and the month of February is the case for Hoopla, is the bonus borrows. So in addition to the 5 titles that I can check out, I can get on the bonus borrows list as many as I want, and it doesn't count against my total. So Hoopla has been offering that every other month. So in April, we'll see another list of titles. So here, let's say I wanted to get this. I go here. This is called Before He Kills. This is an ebook. It tells me how many print pages there are. I can see the publication date, the publisher, what language it's in, the author. If I wanted to click on the author, I could see the other titles that are offered by this author in Hoopla. If I wanted to favorite it, I could just click the little heart, and that'll save it for later. But if I want to borrow it, I'm going to go ahead and hit borrow. It's asking, are you sure? And I do. I hit borrow title. And it's been added to my list. I can return it early if I want. That doesn't increase the number of borrows I get, but If you want to clear that off, you can, or I can just wait for it to return automatically on March 17th. I can now go ahead straight into reading this. It says setting up your ebook, and you can flip through the title page, and I can just start reading. Also, I have the Hoopla app on my phone, so this syncs with my app. So if I were to pick up my phone right now, I could go straight to this book. I can bookmark, click off that. I can go to the contents. This lets me search through chapters. I can jump ahead. This tells me where I am. And then if I want to go back, I can close my reader, and that takes me back to Hoopla. Let's take a look at some of the other things I've checked out. This music here. So this is the new Billie Holiday biopic. This is the soundtrack. I can see all the tracks listed here. If I want to play, it opens a player right in my browser. You can see the title. If I want to skip ahead, I can hit stop when I'm ready to stop. I'm going to go back to my other borrowed items. You can see here I've got four because this one doesn't count. I still have another borrow. And it tells me there because this is one of the bonus borrows. The comic book reader is really cool. You can see where I've already looked in it, and I can click back and forth. It's got the little magnification to see the art. I can go to page list. I can go back to page 1. I can, if I have, as with any title, you can click on report error if you're having an issue. Select your issue, type in any other details. It always helps to include your account number too. Submit feedback, and then it goes directly to Hoopla's tech support, and then they can get back with you immediately to let you know what's going on. So that's a nice feature as well. If I'm done with my comic book for now, I can exit. And you can see some of the other items I have. I've got my audiobook. I had listened to a little earlier, so it's saved my spot, so I'm going to hit resume. And just like the music, there's the little player in the bottom.
And Harper Audio present Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers.
I can manipulate the player down there. And there's just so many areas you can search. Hoopla offers over 800,000 titles, so there's something for everyone here, which is really, really cool. Let's look. You can see the categories, audiobooks. It'll show you the most popular. You can search children's only. If you just want, you can be in the kid mode. You can see up here where I'm putting it in kids mode only. So that makes it more friendly for kids to browse. I can turn that back off. If I want to just see what's come out, what's been published in the last week, I can do release date last 7 days. There's the book I checked out. There's new Steve Barry. Just lots of different titles. If I want to get more specific, though, I can click categories. And then Hoopla has it sorted out with, mystery, biography, all sorts of things. And they're constantly creating new categories, and just depending on what's happening that month or the interest, if there's a certain holiday or other kind of celebration. There's this recommended page. I think this is supposed to be based on my searches, and the same is true for all the other formats. For example, if I go in comics, I can search categories. They've got the Eisner winners, the DC Comics, Dark Horse. If I were to look in television, you can see there's PBS, Nickelodeon, History Channel. If I'm looking in music, you can see all the different albums, the Grammy nominees, Artist Spotlight for February Black History Month, music from the 80s, just all sorts of things. And going back, I can look through this flow here and see these are the things they like to post and publicize. This changes at least several times a week, so there's always something new to explore. If you have issues, there's a nice little help file down at the bottom. There's just basic FAQs. If you're using the movies and TV and you have Fire or Roku, you can look at some of these articles. Or if you have any other issues, you can go to additional support. This is the feedback email that you can send to get directly get help if you don't find what you're looking for here. At the top right is the settings, and this is where you can go to change any information on your account. If you need to change your email, if you want to refine your recommendations that Hoopla gives to you, add a library. You can see some of the libraries that have Hoopla that are close by to us. All of those things are here. And that finishes up our quick overview of Hoopla. Happy reading, listening, and watching.